Kiki's got a notebook sharp as a blade, sifting through the chaos where the stories fade, flipping pages fast like a hurricane, clues in the dark dancing in her brain. She's Kiki 2025 true crime, breaking it down one thread at a time. Cases gone cold but she's heating the line, coming in hot with the fresh new eyes. Photos on the wall connect like dots, maps and strings tie the tangled plots. Her mind's a puzzle where the truth unlocks. Every step forward, another TikTok. She sees what they miss, the cracks in disguise. She's got the angle, she's got the prize. She's Kiki 2025 true crime, breaking it down one thread at a time. Cases gone cold but she's heating the line, coming in hot with a fresh new eyes. Zoom in the frame, enhance the grain, pieces come together in a mental terrain. Voices in the silence, they call her name. Kiki's on the case, rewriting the game. Yeah. Kiki's got a notebook sharp as a blade, sifting through the chaos where the stories fade, flipping pages fast like a hurricane, clues in the dark dancing in her brain. She's Kiki 2025 true crime, breaking it down one thread at a time. Cases gone cold but she's heating the line, coming in hot with the fresh new eyes. Photos on the wall connect like dots, maps and strings tie the tangled plots. Her mind's a
breaking down cases, wonder what the case is. 2025, got the game in the mazes. Thinking of a time when we all got blazed and we didn't even think about the game being racist. True crime, every day I don't face it, but Kiki 25, baby in the basement. Case after case, you just gotta keep chasing. Taking over the world, she gon' be the one they name it. Kiki 25, the true crime, she gon' solve the world, she gon' change the world, and then she'll be yours. Kiki 25, the true crime, she gon' solve the world, she gon' change the world, and then she'll be yours. Every time she think about it, she be going crazy. Everything she ever dreamed about was always hazy. Taking time to go around the world, it never fazed me. Taking
Hello, everyone. How's it going? I didn't get enough time to do my banner, so I have to do that as we go, guys. I'm so happy that you're here with me at this time. I was going over a lot of old stuff last night, and I wanted to see exactly what the experts, since we're not licensed in anything as of yet. I am taking a PI course. That's going very slow because I'm so busy. But guys, hang on. I'm sorry. I'm getting a text right now. Okay, let me say hello to everyone. Let me go up and say hello. We got some perks going to be happening with the members only soon. Hello, Michelle. Thank you for coming in. Kathy Gordon, thank you for being here in Modern. Hello, beautiful people. Hello, Grace Paris. Hello, Maui. Good morning. Good evening here. It's 1:36 here in Tennessee. Hello, I'm out. Hello. And that's all we have except for the ones in the bushes. Glad you all are doing okay. Have some things. Yeah. Kathy Gordon says, Kiki, I saw your post last night about the dentist and his wife. I hadn't heard that about them. Yeah, I want to start covering some more cases also. There's some things that I want to do with my channel to move forward. We'll never forget about Sebastian or Summer. I'm going to continue about them too. But I am going to start covering some new cases. Hello, Shadow. Come on in. I'm going to carry some new cases, including I've been in touch with someone that now this is interesting, guys. Let me just explain that this channel is speculation, in my opinion. We are not professionals. This is all alleged speculation, opinions that we discuss, right? I'm going to put my disclaimer up because we will be playing some videos today. At times, this channel may make use of copyrighted material, and we use it for purposes of commentary, criticism, news reporting, research, education, teaching, and or scholarship. Okay, whether I get to or not, I want to do a field trip soon. Maybe in the spring or summer. I'm not sure yet. Hello, Lori. Come on in. I want to do a field trip to Brushy Mountain Prison, which is now not a prison, but a tourist attraction, right? Hello, Lisa King. Come on in. I'm hoping to get in touch with someone that he was actually in that prison for 20 something years. Okay. And he turned his life around and got out, and now he preaches. Hang on just a second, guys. Hello, Pink Warrior. Sorry, had to pause just a second. There's a lot going on here today. Hello, TJ. But anyways, he was a prisoner back in the 80s, 90s, and he was in certain things that was going on in that prison, an escape plan and such. And I thought with true crime, that would be really, really interesting. Okay. And that'll be coming up. And hopefully I'll get to go take a tour of the place, right? In video and go live while you guys are here. But anyways, today we're going to speak on several different things. One being Sebastian Wade Drake Rogers out of Hendersonville, Tennessee. And he went missing in February 25th, 2024. It's almost been 2 years, guys. It's almost been 2 years. Is that not wild? Grace knows the story. You're not supposed to say it, Grace. You're spoiling the fun. Okay? Yeah, you're spoiling the fun on that one. But anyways, I've got a lot of videos pulled up, including the interview room. He is very, very smart. He was, he is a professional. And from my understanding, Chris Madonna works with the Cold Case Foundation. Can you shut that door? Sorry, I got a lot of background noise going on because everybody moving around and everything. I said I need me a building. I need me a shed, right? Yeah, Grace knows lots of stories. Yeah, she knows this story for sure. But I will be in touch with him. And he's actually been on the news and everywhere, actually. It's a wild, wild story. Let's start by, okay, some of the things I found interesting on Sebastian's case in the beginning here. Hello, Teresa Stott. Hello, everybody else coming in. If I missed you, I'm so sorry. If I missed you, I'm sorry. Let's see here. This was an interesting. Okay. This was an interesting thing to me. And before I start playing it, I got to throw a banner up, turn some music on, all the things. Hang on just a second, guys. My computer's jumping. It's when you have a lot of tabs pulled open, the computer don't want to mind you. Okay. Okay, this is WKRN News 2. So I'm going to turn some music on. Let me turn some music on. Let's see. Let's go down through here. Sorry, guys. I need a new computer to do this. I need it. I really do. Now, I'm finally giving in and saying I need one, right? I said, I don't need it. Well, yeah, let me throw my banner up. Let's see here. Create banner. Sorry, guys. Credit to WRKN News 2. I want to make sure we are correct on everything, right? Lord knows I don't need to get one thing wrong, which we always will. It's never going to go smooth. That's how life is, right? Okay, let's add to the stage. The music's kind of loud, isn't it? Let's turn it down just a bit. Okay, we're going to play this. And what interested me in this, it says the title, guys. And you can refresh my memory on these things, but it says things of interest found in Sebastian's search. This was one of the searches, if I'm correct. Yeah, I'm else. That's correct. Yep. Says things of interest found in Sebastian's search. Things of interest. What does that mean to us? Okay. Right. We know the glasses was found. But they said they weren't Sebastian's. Right. Seth himself stated that they weren't checked by an eye doctor. He had put them in a baggie and had given them to someone. Am I correct? No, TJ, I didn't send her the pictures yet. But if y'all would, hit that thumbs up and that like button. We have a lot in the bushes today. And hit the dislike if you don't like me. Just anything to grow the channel, guys. Once we get to 25 members, I'm going to do a members live, right? Hang on just a second, guys. Woo! Okay. My 5-year-old today is, she fired up today, guys. She fired up. Okay, here you go, guys. So my question is, what were other things of interest? Right? Because all we've heard is glasses. We heard pants that may or may not have been turned in. Right? And then what else was it? I don't think that the mattress pad was ever given to anyone. It was hauled off, right? Let me know in the comments. I want your opinions. Let's go. Okay, I was trying to read chat. I'm getting distracted. It's like, hey, squirrel. But here you go.
New information after a search for missing teenager Sebastian Rogers.
The way
His
they
father
were
holding another search Thursday. Now, officials telling News 2 they wrapped today after 4 days of searching. Investigators also say they covered at least 20 miles on the Cumberland River and used side imaging sonar in their search. Now, we do know some things of interest were found, but they did not go into detail on what exactly they were.
Okay, so right there, guys. Okay, so right there, why did they not come out and say, hey, this is the evidence we found? If he's a missing child, I'm trying to hit pause, guys. I'm sorry. It's just acting crazy. But okay, TJ says something. They found the box with KP's name on it. That was one of the things they found during that search. They were hints found in glasses. Yes. Yeah, Michelle, there's something else that points to the knowing something. I agree. Because something's wrong. Yeah. Because why would they not, in a missing child, right, come out and say, why would he not come out and say, why would they keep that secretive? Okay, Justin said that he did get, the email back from Carter. Am I correct? Brendan Carter. I'm trying to refresh my memory on all this. That it was a criminal investigation. So my thought is, did they know that it was a criminal investigation from the beginning instead of being a runaway? They said the glasses were not Sebastians and the pants were Sebastians, but they were smaller size when he was younger per KK. So I don't understand. It doesn't seem right. But hey, Mamaw, come on in. My dogs are 1 and 2. Everybody just wants to make noise when I'm on here. But let's go and let's watch. I've not really watched this much, but let's watch Duty Ron. And some didn't care for him, but please, let's give him credit. I don't know why people had an issue. I don't know. I wasn't here at the beginning. But some creators are for us and some are not, right? But this is where Twyla and Dave are talking about the searches. And what I find very interesting, let me make my banner. What I find very interesting is, one, they say there was a big search everywhere. Okay, we get that. There was a lot of people in the search parties, right? But the one thing that kind of stood out to me, what she said, 2 things actually. She said she shook the hand with the mayor. Is that abnormal for a mayor to come out to a missing child search? Maybe not, maybe not. Number 2, hang on. Hey, Ann Reynolds, number 2, they also state that while they were there were no volunteer searchers allowed. Twyla and them were under TBI. TBI had to give them radios to keep up with where the search was going on, right? And where they were. But why, with them being there, because they've done individual searches on their own, right? Why was it necessary, in my opinion, allegedly? Hey, Teresa. Hi, honey. Hi, Ann. Hope I said hi to everybody. Was it necessary right, to have it closed off? Were they afraid that they were going to find certain things? I don't know. There's a lot of questions, but let me play some of the Echo search.
Ago. Since then, professionals and volunteers searching for the 15-year-old have found nothing, no trace.
Have you found evidence of Sebastian yourself when you've been out?
No. So how does a teen with autism walking from a home barefoot in the middle of the night just with a flashlight disappear? Experts.
And another question is, how is there no evidence? Period. Nothing. You're hearing of the 3 a.m. You're seeing the lights in the cemetery, which I'm sure have been turned into law enforcement by then. I would think. I would hope. Right? So why is it no evidence, guys? Why is it? Yeah, Grace says they were in the backyard. In my opinion, that's TBI. I don't know. I do not know. Just so strange. Let's play this.
Experts say children rarely simply vanish completely on their own. Could others involved in Sebastian's case?
We have not cleared anyone.
Listen to that.
We have absolutely no evidence to support foul play.
How many people in the chat by a show?
So he has no evidence to support foul play, but you have nothing. Make that make sense. It doesn't.
Hands, put a 1 in the chat if you're like thoroughly frustrated with the statement that we have no evidence to show criminality. Listen, it may very well be true, but I can put a 1 in the chat. I'm frustrated over that. You're talking about a teen, a 15-year-old autistic boy who went on, went missing and left out of his house 46 days ago. 46 days, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm with you on the number ones. And if you feel like this is okay, and you could, it's an easy pill to swallow, you could put a number 2 in the chat. If you feel it's okay. I mean, I feel like I don't want to get information that's false. I don't want this police executive to tell me things that are not true. But in the best judgment of keeping the investigation close to the vest, even if they were onto somebody, he wouldn't lead on that he was, hey, look, we're closing in on the stepfather. We're closing in on the father. We're closing in on the mom. They're not going to reveal that. They're going to keep them kidding. So
we know that police officers and such, right, is not going to come out and say, hey, yeah, like you said, we are on to. They're not going to do that if they're, looking into somebody, right? But I would think to, give public kind of peace of mind or what have you, that law enforcement would at least come out and make a statement, right? Just a statement. But listen, Lolly pulled up the other day a video showing who's kin to who, let's just say. And it's very interesting that same person was there, right? Yeah. So let's move forward. We got a lot to go over because I want to show you guys several things. I'm just going to fast forward to where I think we need to be. Here's Twyla speaking, okay?
Ground coverage that you do, and I know it's assignments that are given out, but people want to know what's the rhythm and rhyme to success with Echo Search Midwest and searching for the missing. How do you guys do this?
So we have different types of, if it's a search that we're doing, we have different type of resources that help us out with putting us in different areas. Dave is very, very, very good at looking at a map and saying, okay, from my experience, then when we went in for Sebastian's case, we were under EMA is the one who coordinated the search, but we went in under TBI, and they had areas marked in sections and had different groups.
Okay, I'm sure that's normal to go in under TBI, right? But good-hearted person, she's not going to look at somebody and think they're guilty. Yeah, she might be, fooled by certain people. Who knows? When you're good-hearted, sometimes that happens. But I truly believe they searched a lot. But I have an issue with it being so... Okay, say they made... Like the law enforcement came out and made statements, right? Like really often, like maybe every 6 months at least, right? Then doesn't make sense to me if they did make, updates, even if they don't have an update. Guys, we're still working on this. Hello, Lolly. It would make more sense to me why... But it would make more sense to me, right? Hey, Lolly. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. It'd make more sense to me why everything was so, secretive, right? So, in my opinion, it has to be criminal. I mean, he said that to Justin, right? We all know that. He sent an email to Justin. But listen to who she says she shook hands with. So why was he part of the search? I'm not going to say he was, but was he searching with them? I don't know.
Going into different sections, they gave us radios that only the agencies and the officials that was there with us. I mean, we were the only ones that was able to, communicate with each other through that radio. And our assignment, like Dave said, was the technology end of it. Like we had spoke before that me, Tony, and Danny had went in a couple weeks ago and did the drone end of it. And then this time we went in, we had a couple ground pounders, foot searchers, and we took the sonar. Those girls rocked it. I mean, they covered these ponds in 2 days. And then Danny, what we did for checks and balances is me and Danny would go with the drone, and we would put the drone up over these areas that had water, and then the girls would go, and then the other two girls that was in the sonar, they would go over to these ponds, and me and Danny and the two sonar girls, we were in constant contact with each other with, for an example, this pond is dried up, or this one that's marked as a pond is a swimming pool. And they had all the other officials that was there marked off sections, and they was putting people in those sections. And like Dave said, we had 3 agents with us with the TBI. There was no outsiders, general public. We were the only search team there. There was K9 teams there. This was a really big search. And I can tell you, with me and Danny and the sonar girls traveling throughout the day to get to our different areas, there was not one area around that child's house or even in that neighborhood that did not have people in it.
So my question is, okay, Twyla's speaking about around the house and in the subdivision. Hey, YouTuber. Hello, Pat. Come on in. So, did they go outside of the subdivision? They're saying they used sonar. I know from my understanding they didn't actually do anything inside the home. Am I correct on that? I know outside the home, but did they do anything inside the home? From what I remember, I don't think they did, right? And if they knew it was criminal case by then why would they not check the home out, guys? inside. You know, just a lot of things are kind of weird to me.
And Dave can back me up with that. I mean, there was people, officials everywhere. The FBI was there, the TBI, every county surrounding that area was there.
Yeah. And, you know, people are saying in the chat, and some folks, I've heard this on social media, you know, they should search the house. They've been in and out of that house. And listen,
You
if
hear what
there
I
was
said?
any evidence or any possibility that he was there in that house, they would know about it. Did you see on this secondary search, which was just the last week, and I feel bad, Danny was here for like 5-10 minutes in the down below,
Okay,
but I guess
we're
he had
going
to
to
go to
move
work.
forward. I just wanted you guys to hear what was searched, from my opinion. Ray says, in my opinion, I think they took P-Foot's word. Yeah, see, that's my thoughts. You know, we're thinking that this is a runaway, right? And so, like I've said from the beginning, I think any runaway case should be treated criminal no matter what from the beginning. I know I'm not law enforcement, but I think that would help out on all these missing cases, right? What did Michelle say about 10 minutes? 10 minutes to search. Okay. What's 10 minutes to search? I'm sorry. Oh, I got you. Okay, let's move forward. Let's listen to, I want to listen to Credit to Interview Room. And this is from the beginning. There's just a few little things I want to hear him say about the first interview with KP and CP, right? I want to show you guys this. Okay. Only 10 minutes. Why so fast? Okay, I got to go down through here because I'm not understanding your all's comments. I'm sorry. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. In Summer's case, they were only allowed 5 miles to search. Hawkins sent them in circles. Heat seeker in the walls, Sandy. Yeah. They have taken a piece of which is new information. What are you talking about, Sandy? Sorry, guys. I'm going down through here. 10 minutes search. Why wasn't anything made of the way they were acting that day? Hey, DJ, come on in. I'm going down through here. Sorry. Hi, Lindsay. Come on in. Come on in. Good to have you here, honey. You're fine. Stuff your face. I would be if I wasn't talking. Yeah, I haven't heard about that either. You're fine, Miss Ann. Have fun at Walmart, honey. Okay, I'm going to move forward, guys. And y'all can email me if you've heard something. I mean, we've got to do receipts, of course, you know. That's how we roll. But I'd like to hear that. Let's see. Right here. What clues? What? Okay, first, I don't think that's interview room. Hang on. Let's see. Yeah, it is. Okay, interview room. Golly. It's hard to do this, y'all. It is hard to do this. Let me see where we're at. I'm going to rewind to where Chris Madonna starts. Okay? I want to hear his point of view. I think I've played this before, but this is really interesting to me because these are professionals and I trust what they say. Okay? Yeah. Hey, Maui, come on in, honey. Come on in.
Grateful. Well, as you can tell, I've got a dear, dear friend here. Tonight, we're going to talk about missing Tennessee boy Sebastian Rogers. Many of you have been asking for us to weigh in on this case, so I could have thought of nobody better. to talk about statement analysis than Steve Johnson.
Me too, Greg.
He is not only a colleague of mine on the Cold Case Foundation, but he's the managing partner and lead trainer in a company called truthtolies.com. But Steve's not only an amazing human being, he spent 28 years in law enforcement, mostly as an investigator, and he has been voir dired in many court situations as an expert interviewer, and he's a certified statement analyst and has expertise in identifying
So these are
deception,
professional.
latent contact, which is
Okay.
content, which is information hiding in plain sight.
Hello,
And
Cinderella.
tonight he's given us a little thing. He trains civilians too for corporate America.
I'm
And
gonna
he
try to
said if
fast
you
forward a
use
little
this
bit.
code,
Bless his heart.
authorities
Oh, lovely.
searched a landfill in
Okay,
Kentucky
there we go.
where the family's trash
Where
had
I
been
wanted to
taken,
be.
but nothing turned up. So on March 4th, the teen's mom and stepfather gave an interview to TV News approximately 8 days after Sebastian's disappearance. And that news outlet footage is what we're going to analyze tonight. So it appears to show some activity around 3 in the morning, according to some reports, but those lights have, there were some lights behind the house, flashlights
hear
or
this?
something, but those have been attributed to potentially a trash truck in the neighborhood right behind the house.
So that's when they were talking about trash truck, which we all know, in my opinion. This is in my opinion. Trash truck lights don't go they don't go wonkadoodle side to side, right?
As he was coming through and picking up items, but the authorities have not come out
Not
with information
discrediting him. He's just saying
additionally
what
about those
he
lights, but
has
they're
heard
saying
from authorities, right?
they've taken it off the table. What they haven't taken off the table is that, quote, no one has been cleared.
You hear
Not
that?
cleared anyone, quote unquote.
No one has
So the
been
authorities
cleared.
are working
Still to this
hard.
day, like Wellington,
TBI,
no one's been cleared, guys.
Secret Service, a variety of resources have been put into this. And I have to say, it sounds like summer 2.0. So that's the gist of it. Thoughts, opening thoughts, Steve, before we kick off into this thing?
I think your analogy to Summer Wells is accurate. You and I did, I don't know, 3 or 4 videos on Summer Wells, and those are worth going back and looking at later. But that's exactly what it reminded me of. And there's nuances within this interview that are very similar to some of the things that we saw in the Summer Wells case. So I think you're spot on. And interestingly, Summer Wells still has not been found, and I hope that Sebastian is, of course. But I love exploring the very first interview that anyone does. Those interviews, like the one we're going to watch tonight, we're going to analyze tonight, those are the interviews.
Did you hear that he said that he feels like this is a summer 2.0? Both cases, in my opinion, mimic each other, I do believe, right? Grace. Yeah, a lot. I mean, there's another missing child that's 13 out of Sevier County, guys, that's in Tennessee, that they still haven't heard a word for her. I looked up the dispatch. It says that she had left a note that she was going to run away. But yet, it says, what is it called? Endangered runaway. So what is going on in Tennessee? I'll be talking about her a lot too once I get more information. I'm trying to reach out to some of the family on that. Okay? But let me continue playing this. I want you to hear what they say.
Views that are uncontaminated. In other words, the parents have not had time to react to things that other people are interjecting regarding the investigation. I mean, they are a little bit, but this is their first interview. Actually, the very first one would be the 911 call, and then this would be the second one. So we're going to get some good analysis out of this interview, and our goal, my goal, and in what I do in my space here is that my goal is to get inside their head and understand at a deep level what is the information. When you read in my bio about the information that's hiding in plain sight, that latent content. It's like latent fingerprints. They're there, but you can't see them until you apply the material, the tools, whatever it is, to make those fingerprints come to life, and then you see them, and you can lift them, and you can use them. We do the same thing with the statement. So we're not really investigating.
Okay, another thing, guys. Okay? My question is, if they knew this wasn't a runaway, okay, just say, allegedly, then even if it was just a runaway, wouldn't you want to fingerprint the cars and stuff? Or if he was abducted, wouldn't you want to fingerprint the cars? For one, was that done? We don't know, right? Would you not want to go through every vehicle, which it was said allegedly that her work van was not gone through, right? It was said that there was no fingerprint taken, right? It's all these questions in my mind. And I always thought that somebody is mimicking the case. Anybody is mimicking Summer's case, in my opinion, too. Let's keep listening. I want you to listen, guys. I'm going to turn my music back on.
The person, we are investigating the words that they use, which is going to reveal what's going on inside their brain, which is what we want. They have the interview, the information we want, and so we want to get inside their head to extract it, and they do that with their words. It's an amazing. It's the best tool I ever learned. It's in now my 34th year and working with law enforcement investigators. I still feel that it is the most effective tool that I could have ever learned to solve cases. And so I'm excited to dive into this one.
Awesome. So if you were, let's say an agency called you in, walk people through how that happens. What takes place when an agency says, hey, we've got a statement, Steve. Can you walk us through this? Tell us what you think.
Yeah. I've worked on several cases for agencies, cold cases and current cases. And when the agency calls me, they can get a hold of me through my website. I'm not hard to find. And so when the agency gets a hold of me, typically it's either a 911 call they want analyzed, or actually quite often it's an interview. And I've done this for police investigators. I've done it for prosecutors, for defense.
You guys hear this? And Sebastian's been missing for 2 years. Here's Summer for 4 years. Okay. So why isn't Sumner County, in my opinion, contacting this man right here and Chris, to help with this? If we want to find Sebastian, get someone out there with expertise, right? Oh, hang on. I'm going to continue playing because I got more stuff.
Attorneys, I've civil attorneys, corporate. We use this also in the hiring process to hire the right person, and so they, depending on the job that's being applied for, we want a certain type of individual, and so what we'll do is we'll in the hiring process, I'll look at the application that I help them write, and then we get the application back. I'll look over that. For police agencies, I'll ask for, typically, if it's available, the audio or video of the interview or the 911 call, and I'll transcribe that and really pick it apart, very similar to what we're going to do here, but in more detail. Obviously, we only have so much time tonight, but it's very effective, hugely effective. And Chris, we've worked together on some cases with the Cold Case Foundation. It's just enough. Whatever's in their head, they think it's enough to suffice the questions that they will be asked. And if they're asked a question that doesn't quite fall in line, they're kind of at a loss of what to say. And so I'm wanting to hear Mom express things about Sebastian, and she couldn't do it. What she did say is, "I wouldn't wish this on anyone." Chris, that refers to what she's going through, not what Sebastian is going through. And that's the thing that really caught my attention, is that she has put the focus on herself rather than her 15-year-old son. And he's autistic and he has special needs, and I just don't, that just was abrasive to me. It struck me as not what I expected to hear from biological Mom.
And you hear that? We're not going to go through the whole thing, guys.
Go ahead.
No, you're
You hear that? It's not what he expected to hear from the mother. This is a professional. This is not speculation. Our opinions, it's their opinions, right? Yeah, Michelle, it seems like there's a lot of mingling, in my opinion. And Katie, Chris, Seth, all three have not been cleared. Why is that? Why is that? We need to see some kind of movement, right? Yeah. For people in the back, none of the three have been cleared. Am I suggesting anyone is guilty? No. Okay? But clear them, in my opinion, what law enforcement normally does, from my understanding, is that they move the parents out of the way. They clear the parents first and foremost, right? That's what I've always heard. And then they get down to the nitty gritty and see, who's actually done this, right? Welcome back, Daniel. Come on in. If you can hit that like and subscribe button, guys. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. If you're liking my content, please consider being a member. If you can't afford it, I understand. I'm trying to hit a goal on my super chats today, 1 hour. And I think it's up there. I'm not sure, Lily. I don't know if you can see that. I finally figured that out, I think. But anyways, guys, I'm trying to make a quota for this month. If you don't mind and can, and you like my content, please subscribe. We're going to share screen, and I'm going to pull this up. This is something I've not seen ever myself, but it is from news. Hang on. It is from Court TV. No. Yep, this is Court TV. Hang on just a second. Y'all are hearing rappers and stuff in the background. Let me pause this. Okay. Is anyone searching for Sebastian? This is Court TV. Let's give them credit, please. Let's give them credit. Let me get my banner up. Told y'all I wasn't very prepared because this happened. Court TV, all the credit to Court TV goes up to that for good information, guys, in my opinion. Okay. I wanted to go with all mostly professionals with this live, since we are not professionals and we sometimes make mistakes. Okay, listen to this. Kiki, you got rappers in the background having a party. No, rappers talking about their opening chips and getting cokes and all that mumbo jumbo. Can you give my friend Jacob a shout out? He's sending in my messages for me as I don't have very good connection. Hello, Jacob. Shout out to Jacob. Hello, Jacob. Nice to see you, honey. Nice to have you listening. Here we go.
For being here. Appreciate the opportunity to speak with you and the opportunity to speak about Sebastian. Seth, let me begin with you. Is anyone still searching for your missing son?
I am. I have a private investigator that's still working on it. She conducts her searches in private. She has her own volunteer base. We're not going to stop until we find it.
Let me ask you this, Seth. Outside of what you are doing, is this search still active? Let's talk about law enforcement.
From my understanding, law enforcement is still searching. They're doing it privately as well. They're just checking in on tips when they come in. If we get tips, we pass them on to them.
So, number one, let's do our questions again. Okay? Why are any of the parents cleared? Number one. Number two, why is everything so secretive? Right? Thank you, DJ. Thank you. Yeah, and Grace says, in my opinion, Seth trusted KP and CP too much. I think from the beginning, possibly, it just makes you wonder what is going on, if they could just do updates. But with, like Grace said, and I'll state this as facts, because you can go online and find this. Everything online isn't true, but I know that the house to the right, if I'm not mistaken, the house to the right was or is up for sale. Okay? So did any activity behind that home happen? Were they around that area? Those houses are pretty close. Yeah, 1006. It's interesting that 1017 Kellen just got sold and 1006 Stafford is for sale. Appears they're all in the same vicinity, in my opinion. Melly, correct. So what's going on? I don't understand. Something is happening, I do believe, in my opinion. Let's continue to play this. This is when Tony was with Seth. And another thing, in my opinion, I feel like Tony really helped to explain and speak for Seth. Not that Seth can't speak for himself, but I feel like Tony really helped. Right? There's something fishy in the hood. Yeah.
Same time we get them.
And how is that part going with tips? Are people still providing information when they come across things? And what are your thoughts about?
We still get information. I mean, we still get emails every day. We have a tip site that is up. A PI put that up. It's a valid tip site for anybody who wants to email or call, wants to be anonymous or whatnot.
Tony, I wanted to bring you in the conversation. This is a difficult situation. And I understand the onslaught of public attention that this has gotten. And sometimes that's a big positive in keeping Sebastian's face in the public and getting people to know who he is and think about him. And if they see something, hopefully say something. But obviously there can be downsides as well. How is all of this publicity, from your perspective, impacting the search for Sebastian?
Well, we don't really believe that any of the media attention, social media attention, any of that is really going to impact what law enforcement's doing one way or another. It does impact the father, you know.
Okay, so y'all hear that? Tony had stated he doesn't, and I agree with him on this, think that any of this noise on YouTube and all that social media, mumbo jumbo, what we do is going to impact what FBI, TBI are doing with the case. I truly believe that, unless they see something weird, right? But it does affect Seth. So, let's see here. Let's continue playing a little while longer and then we're moving forward.
That I represent Seth. You know, we thank all the creators out there that continue to keep Sebastian's name out and do it in a positive way. You know, our message to most of the media attention, more social media than mainstream, is that, you know, we ask that you cover the case in a positive way. If you choose not to do that and back away, that's okay too. But any positive support that we can get for Seth while he's looking for his son is a big deal for us.
Okay, Memo says, what happened to Tony? Memo, I'm not sure. I have heard that he is tending to family things. That's the word on the streets. Okay. Not sure. And I've heard that he's still helping behind the scenes or such. But I feel like when he was out in the public, it seemed like, you know, he was making enough noise to update things pretty much as they, you know, conversated, I guess, with Ellie, is what I'm trying to say. But let me move forward. Hang on just a second, guys. Okay. Lolly says, right here, like I said yesterday, Seth gets angry because of Sebastian. CP gets mad because he looks guilty. You know, I would, if my child went missing from my significant ex-other's home, I would be mad as fire. I'll just tell you that, fire. I would, I don't know how Seth has refrained from speaking more of his mind, okay? This right here, guys, is day 7 of the search for missing Sumner County teen Sebastian Rogers. I'm going to pull that up. Let me pause it. There was some points I wanted to make on this. If I can think of what I wanted to bring out. So distracted with things that I start forgetting what I wanted to bring out. That's bad. Okay. Let's see. WKRN again. Let's throw the banner up. Trying to take my time so that way I make this right. Okay. Go back to comments. You're welcome, Memo. If I had more information that I could give you, I wish I could. I would, honey.
Continues for a missing Sumner County 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers. Good evening and welcome to News 2 at 10. I'm Kenley Hargan. He was reported missing last Monday. News 2's Nikki McGee has more on efforts to find Sebastian as we approach the 1-week mark.
Well, crews have officially wrapped up for day 7 of the search, and tomorrow officially marks 1 week. This evening, I did speak with Sumner County Chief Deputy Eric Craddock. He tells me there's nothing new to report after today's search. However, he does tell me that Sebastian's parents have remained cooperative through this entire process.
Right here is what I have an issue with on this. The news reporter says Eric Craddock said, right, that he said that there's nothing new to report, that parents are cooperating. Why would you not, in my opinion, have the decency to come on the news station at that point and say that very thing? Right? Why pass word on to a news reporter? That's unprofessional, in my opinion, guys. And I'm not a professional, but no, we're just going to continue, right? Continue being quiet.
Tomorrow, crews are ready to get started once again at 7 a.m. and continue their search.
Looking at all the cameras, we're constantly searching. In our property, we have a new addition on the back of the house. We're searching there every day. I know the neighbors are. Everybody's kind of walking up and down the streets, looking everywhere we can.
Hendersonville neighbors say for the past week, the disappearance of 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers has laid heavy on their hearts. And it's a community effort trying to bring him home.
It's extremely sad.
Hang on, Sandy. You just, wow. Okay, you just surprised me. Thought Sonny Weatherford was in charge. This was 7 days into the search, so he was still sheriff, right? Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. So why wasn't he in charge? Maybe we need to look at that too, Sandy. Thank you for bringing that up. See, you guys can find things that I don't see.
I don't know the family, but I know that everybody's working together and trying to, locate anything they can find about him.
Elizabeth Young grew up in the area and describes the caves and dense woods behind her property, meaning plenty of hiding spots. But Sunday, 250 to 300 people continue to search through those tough areas, including cave specialists from East Tennessee and the National Guard going door to door asking to search properties.
We like to try to do every 2 hours a hot meal because you just never know when they're going to be coming back in and then going back out again.
The Sumner County Fire Buffs nonprofit is still working to keep crews going, thanking Eat Hendersonville and Live Love Nashville, among others, for answering the call for food donations.
They're out in conditions that aren't just walking down the road. They're out in the woods, they're out in the creeks. Some have been in caves. So you just want to make sure that they're ready to go out there for that.
Sunday, Nashville area businesses bumped their reward money up to $3,500 for information to help find Sebastian. In the meantime, Young is one of the many area residents checking their properties day and night, putting their heart into helping bring Sebastian home.
I feel terrible for the family. My son's older, he's 19, so I can't imagine being in that situation.
Nikki McGee, News 2.
Okay, so there we are, folks. There we are. Still stuck, pretty much, the same place we were almost 2 years ago, right? All right, I'm going to bring up a new case that is wild, y'all. It is wild. This lady was found in Florida. Okay, she had a life in North Carolina. Okay, and then we'll get off here in just a little bit. I don't want to bore you guys. But she had a life in North Carolina, and evidently, allegedly, what she said was that she had a daughter. She was a young mother and married young, and she moved to several different places to try to hide from what would soon be her ex-husband. Okay. And so she, for I think it's at 40 years, hid her identity and her daughters to keep them away from the ex. And then they found her, and the daughter had no clue, guys, that she was on the missing list. Now tell me how crazy and wild this story is. Tell me. We're going to give credit to, hang on, let me pause it. Then we got to get music one more time. And I'm just going to do a little bit of this. And then the next stream we have, we'll talk all about it. Okay. But this lady was just out in her front yard walking her dog. Thought life was grand. Seems to be a very nice woman. And the FBI, TBI, or something just pulled up and said, "You're under arrest." And she thought it was a joke. Let's see. Criminally Obsessed is the name. This is wild to me. I wanted to cover this because I haven't seen many covering it. And I thought it was wild how you could hide 40 years. That's a long time. You could hide, your family for 40 years from the other side of the family and not be recognized by anyone. That goes to tell you right there. Okay, excuse me. That goes to tell you right there that these cases can take time. It's just very strange that, I don't know. Sebastians and Summers is very strange. But watch this. This is them questioning her.
I know that what I did was wrong. Now that I'm older and wiser, but I didn't see a way out.
That's Deborah Newton. We now have the full interrogation video after she was arrested her daughter in 1983, 42 years ago. You probably remember her as Sharon.
Uh-oh, they're coming for you, Sharon. They don't want me. They want Reggie. What's up?
Well, we're here for you, ma'am.
We're learning more information about why she left her husband, her father, her mother, and sister, never contacted them again. Straight from Deborah or Sharon or whatever you want to call her.
He would hit me, he would hurt me. He would force me.
I'm Ann Emerson, an investigative reporter with more than 30 years of experience, and I've been around long enough to know that not all confessions are the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
It's hard to remember a lot of things.
And I'm always looking for the other side of the story.
Well, I think the cover-up continues. And I could see that when they arrested her. He's like, oh, they're not here for me. Like, you had to have some idea.
I brought you the interview with Michelle Newton. She didn't even know she was a missing person. She was 3 when her mother took her and left Kentucky.
It's like, I don't know how to tell you this any other way. He's like, you've been a missing person for 42, 43 years, and your real name is Michelle Marie Newton.
And before we get started today, be sure to like and subscribe to Criminally Obsessed, because I don't want you to miss any interviews like this one. And if you did miss Michelle Newton's interview,
we will cover this later. But yeah, for 42 years, this girl didn't know that her mother had tried to remove her away from what was going on, allegedly, in the other family, guys. And she hid. she got fake IDs because this was back in the 80s. Yes, she got arrested for it. I think they may have let her go because she didn't have a criminal history that I know of, but she had been on the missing list for both of them. They didn't know if they were alive or not. And she left her parents, she left her whole family, and her parents sadly now are passed away. So they never knew that she was found. That's the sad part. And I'm talking about the mother of this girl. So let's continue playing it just a little bit longer, and then I'll let you guys go. But yes, mods, thank you. You all are awesome. Everybody here is awesome, guys. Listen to this.
If you please go back and watch it, it's fascinating. The decades of lies are unraveling, like a roll of toilet paper that fell off the holder.
I'm sorry. Just forgive me, please.
And there are holes still in this story because of information being withheld due to the investigation. And we do not want to interfere with the prosecution. But I'm working to get the truth for you. I talked to Wayne Brookover. He's the second man that Deborah Newton took as her husband. They were together for 10 years. And it's the man that Michelle considers her father figure growing up. But he's not her biological father. Can you tell me a little bit, Wayne, about your relationship with Michelle and Deborah?
I first met them 1987-ish, I guess, and she was working at a restaurant chain that I worked at, and I was training her to be a manager, and then she went to work in another store, and then we started dating. But
So, guys, this guy right here, the girl thought that was her biological dad for all these years, and he didn't even have a clue that they had been on the run for that long.
a long story short, that was that. We got married in
Where were you when you were working in the restaurant?
up near where Michelle lives.
I'm not disclosing where Michelle currently lives for safety reasons. You have to understand she's working through a very complicated situation. So let's respect her privacy. And what did you know about Deborah when you met her, besides just kind of getting to know her and her life there? What did you know about sort of her background?
It's just the pieces she told me. According to her, a couple odd things, you kind of, okay. But one was she came from Florida, and I know she came from Florida, and that somebody at some point had been stalking her, she said, and this person actually called the house at one point, and I told him to leave us alone and leave her alone. So there was that part. And as far as her parents, she said they were both deceased and had been killed in a car accident, and she thought it was some sort of government conspiracy is why they died. And she didn't have any other relatives.
Well, that was a lie. Her parents and her sister were very much alive when Deborah left Kentucky in 1983. In fact, her sister is still alive today, even though her parents have passed away. Listen to Deborah tell investigators why she left her first husband, Joe.
Okay, guys, we'll follow up on this next time. We've been on here for an hour 15. But thank you, guys. Please hit that like button. We're going to cover the rest of this along with Summer next time. And I'll have some other goodies for you. And we're going to talk about Brushy Mountain. Think y'all will like that a lot, okay? Think you'll like it a lot. But thank you guys for joining me. Please hit that like, subscribe button. We're trying to make goals this year. We're trying to make goals, right? I love you all so much. Thank you guys for giving me your time, for being here. It's greatly appreciated. Greatly, greatly. I love you all and have a great day.
500 children in Tennessee. It's a mighty long way from you and me. 500 children, they're gone every month. I ain't never seen numbers like that. What could be going on? My goodness gracious, and we working hard to get you back home. Working hard to get you back home. Working hard to get you back home.